on a podcast called J is for Justice.
I think they just hope that she returns no matter what. Oh my God, that's Megan's house. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And then...
Wait a second, you guys. We have breaking news. All of a sudden in the chat, there was breaking news that there was a raid going on in Houston, Texas. It may be connected to a high-profile case.
That's her best friend. She would not be there.
Hey guys, welcome to J is for Justice. It is a Sunday night here, and we are following up on a crime we talked about last night. I have a special guest who was on the scene today and has a lot of info for us. I also have Melissa B with me. Thanks, Melissa, for getting all this information together tonight and sending it to me. All right. Well, hey, JLR, how you doing? Yeah, it's always a pleasure. It's been a minute, but we have this crime that happened close to us, and 3 guys were basically slaughtered, massacred. That was the word he used. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't unmute you guys. Jesus.
Yes.
Melissa, you totally
This
jinxed
happens
me.
all the time.
You totally jinxed me last night. Okay.
Don't blame me.
Anyhow, we have this crime that happened close to us. JLR went out there today. We have these 3 guys that were massacred as Sheriff Grady Judd, right? Grady Judd.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd is and his team are investigating a crime in Polk County. False proof.
So does massacred necessarily just mean stabbed?
Shot, beaten, assaulted, a combination of things, according to the sheriff. It wasn't just a bang bang shooting. It was, I think, a beating and maybe torture at first, then a shooting, followed by just one individual, and then the 2 other friends came up on the scene, and then they got shot, and they were all left there for dead. So this happened in False Proof, Florida. It's Polk County. If anyone's not familiar with the area, it's very, it's in the southern part of Polk County. It's very remote. It's south of Lake Wales. Lake Wales is, it's about 11 miles, 12 miles south of Lake Wales. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't live far from there. I lived over in Sebring, which is south of there. South of Lake Wales, but I know the terrain over there. It's very country. It's very desolate. There's a lot of lakes that are out in the middle of nowhere, and it looks like that's where these guys was in a place just like that.
Yeah, it's actually Lake Streety. It was called Lake Streety. It's a small lake off Highway 98. If you take 98 south. By False Proof, it's a dirt road that's off of Highway 98. It's called Lake Streety Road.
Yeah,
and it goes parallel to a lake. It's like nothing out there, literally. So, I live in the Tampa Bay area, so for me, it took me about 2 hours to drive there. So I took the drive. I went the back roads more or less, like Mulberry. A little bit south of Lakeland, Florida, on one of those back roads there. It's nothing but, I saw nothing but orange trees, a lot of pastures, a lot of cows.
A lot of cows and orange groves.
Correct. And so I sent you guys a video. I was traveling south on 98 to the location. You turn to the right, and then you pull onto like a dirt road. And the dirt road is literally a dirt road. There's nothing there. So I was, you go down the dirt road probably about a mile, and then then you come up to the crime scene. Crime scene is like parallel to a lake. So these 3 gentlemen last week on Friday, a few nights ago, Friday evening, they all planned to do a fishing trip I don't know if you discussed this before on your show. Have you discussed
Yeah, we
this?
went over this last night a little bit, but it's okay to recap because there might be new people here that didn't hear that.
Yeah,
so
great.
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so Friday night, these three individuals decided to do their fishing. According to their family, they do it quite often. The three of them get together frequently, and they go to this location on Lake Streety, and then they do their fishing, in the evening time. It's night fishing or whatnot. I guess it's the kind of thing they do around here because there's not much to do around here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, JLR, have you heard of like night catfishing? Is that normal?
I think it is in this terrain. I think it's a culture. I think it's a culture when you live out in the country in Florida, because like you said earlier, there's lots of lakes. There is lots of smaller lakes, ponds all over the area. So I'm sure the locals, that's their thing,
Yeah, they do that, and they do a lot of hog hunting.
Hog hunting, yeah. So to recap, Friday night, one of the fathers to one of the victims, Brandon Rollins, he was one of the victims. His father, around a little bit after 10 p.m., receives a phone call that says, help, help. He don't know what's going on. He knows his son is out there fishing out by that lake. So he gets in his car, zooms to the crime scene, and sees basically blood all over the place. He sees his son shot. He sees other victims there, blood everywhere. I mean, he doesn't know, he panics. He didn't bring his phone with him. He kind of like, his son called him and just said, help. He just ran to the scene without his own cell phone. So
I saw an interview with him today.
Yes, I talked to him too.
Oh, did you talk to him?
Yes, I went to his house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. I saw him and it broke my heart. Like, you can just tell that guy was just in complete shock, didn't know what to do.
Yeah, so he was at the crime scene. He sees his son, desperately needs medical attention. So he jumps back in his vehicle, goes on to Highway 98, goes a little bit, about a mile north to a convenience store, and then calls authorities there, calls paramedics, takes a store employee there that they know, because, like, again, it's a local area, so everyone knows everybody in all the stores and everything like that. So a young female employee there at this convenience store, it was the Sunoco station, went back in his car, and they went back to the crime scene. But then, he perished. He died.
Let me stop. Yeah, let me stop you there. Did you happen to talk to that girl from the convenience store?
I haven't, but I went to the convenience store today, and there was police there. There was Polk County sheriffs, a female sheriff. I took some pictures talking to employees there. She was investigating. I asked her, what's going on. She was very tight-lipped. She said, I can't really talk. This is an open investigation. I'm sorry. And she didn't really provide me any information.
Oh, okay.
But it was the convenience store. She obviously probably, the 17-year-old is a witness to this case. So
yeah, the 17-year-old.
She is. She might not be that relevant. I mean, she is probably a witness. She went to the crime scene, so
she is the daughter of the owner of that convenience store.
Correct, and that will corroborate. Kind of like what the father claims he saw. When he got that call, and there's a lot of speculation online. As if you go around to the three victims, and I'll say the three victims' names: Damion Tillman, Keven Springfield, and Brandon Rollins. They all have Facebook pages. Some of them are open for comments and stuff like that. So there's a lot of speculation. You can see a lot of speculation. And a lot of people are, asking why the father, didn't bring his phone with him.
Yeah, we had that here last night. We had some speculation here, and I wanted to, I did want to clear that up today and say that by no means does my channel think that the father was involved in any way, shape, or form. I don't believe that. So I wanted to clear that up.
I don't believe it either, based off me speaking to him. Now, from the father's house to the location where the bodies were discovered, it's about 11-minute drive. Wow. And then from the crime scene to the convenience store, it's probably about a 5-minute drive. So,
oh, wow. So
now the spot where they were fishing, now, is it a known spot that other people, like, is it a busy area for them to fish? Like, would other people know they were there?
Good question. There was no where to park where the crime scene was. It was just a road, it's a dirt road, and on the side is grass. And then there's not really between the road and the lake, it's a bunch of trees and shrubbery and just bushes and everything like that. But I didn't see an actual trail going from the road to the lake. So these guys would probably have to just pick a spot and then just, barrel through the brush.
Yeah, just to clarify, they weren't boat fishing. This was, They were on foot. They were just they'd stand on the side of the lake and cast from there.
Yes. So they would have to go through the woods. Now, I went through there today to take pictures of the lake, and I went through tons of spider webs, just bugs, a lot of shrubbery, branches, all, at night, it's probably even hard to see. So,
could you tell if any of that brush had been, tampered down or anything? Like, how could you tell if the crime scene was in the woods or closer to the road?
The crime scene was on the road.
It was on the road.
The crime scene was actually on the road itself, because if you see pictures of when forensics had the location taped off, you could see the pickup trucks there on the road. The pickup trucks had mud on the tires, because it's a dirt road. I believe it was also raining a little bit that day. It's my understanding it was raining that evening a little bit.
Yeah, that road looks like it's kind of like clay. Should we play your video of you driving out there?
Yeah, play the video so you kind of get an idea of how, remote, as the sheriff would say, it was very remote. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. You wouldn't believe a murder occurred there, like a massacre, like a just basically, it was kind of like a setup, maybe. There's a lot of theories of what's going on, and I'll explain, because I did talk to, some of the family members that were at the scene when I went there, the crime scene. Some of the family members were there.
They were,
Yeah, they were there.
Wow.
The girlfriend to Keven Springfield was there. Her name is Carrie. I'm not going to say her last name, but I'll just say that her name is Carrie, and she was she's not the girlfriend of Keven Springfield, because he's actually married. She was the former girlfriend to him that has multiple children with him. They have 5 children.
They have 5 children together. Yeah.
5 children.
Wow.
Actually, Keven Springfield, the victim, Keven Springfield, I think he has 9 children total.
Yeah, he's from another state. Is it Alabama or?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had some information come across. He's from Amy B, I think, in chat can confirm that, but I think he's from another state and moved here. But regardless, I do have the video pulled up. There's 3 parts, so in between there might be a little gap because there's 3 separate videos. But I'm gonna go ahead and play it along with your commentary, and then we'll reconvene after that.
Now, this is all like a fluid situation for me. This is the first time me going onto the crime scene itself. So I wasn't there prior and then go back and pre-record. This is in the moment where I'm seeing it for the first time too.
All right. So this is in real time. Like, we're seeing it as you saw it.
I can't see it. I don't know if you can hear me while it's going through.
Yeah, everybody can hear you. But you can mute if you want.
Yeah, I can watch it.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to mute your Zoom JLR, then you can watch it with us. You can unmute your YouTube.
Okay, just let me know when it's finished. It's
okay.
fine.
All righty.
This is Highway 98, South Polk County, Florida. I'm making a right onto Lake Streety Road. This is a dirt road. We're in Polk County, Florida. There was a murder here Friday night. 3 individuals were out here on a fishing trip at Lake Streety. Damion Tillman, Keven Springfield, Brandon Robbins. This is what we know so far. Damion Tillman, he came here sometime in the evening, Friday, alone to go fishing. According to the Polk County Sheriff, Grady Judd, he said that Damion Tillman was murdered here. He came in his red truck. He was murdered. After the murder, Keven Springfield and Brandon Rollins then arrived in their white truck. They were ambushed and attacked, massacred, as the Polk County Sheriff said, massacred by unknown people or a person. So, Brandon Rollins, he called his dad. He called his dad on his cell phone and said, help. He needs help. And his dad rushed to the scene here and saw his son, Brandon, barely alive. But his dad didn't bring the cell phone with him. He didn't bring his own cell phone with him. So his dad zoomed out the street back onto Highway 98 and went north to Sunray, made a phone call to police and authorities, let them know the location, and then came back. But by the time he came back, his son was dead. There is some cars out here. I don't know. Looks like some police presence. This could be the crime scene. I see some balloons coming up. I see some cars. I'm going to get out and see what's going on. That looks like the visual spot right there. There's some flowers. We see Polk County Sheriff's out here. There's 4 cars. 4 cars out here. This could be the crime scene here. I'm going to keep going here, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to park. But this is rural, as you see. Let me just get out of the car a minute and just show you guys how rural this area is. I mean, it is rural here. Farmland. So there's a lake over there on the other side, Lake Streety. But this murder remains unsolved. 3 men in their late 20s got murdered by unknown people. There's a $5,000 reward with Crime Stoppers for the arrest of the individuals. Just the arrest alone, you could get $5,000. So I'm going to head up here. Looks like there's like a makeshift memorial, I believe. Flowers already set up. So I'm here. Doesn't look like much around here. There's still police presence. And hopefully they find the people responsible and bring them to justice. I'm sure the family wants closure and the family wants answers. So I'm here. I'll keep you informed of the situation and what else is going on as new developments happen and new information comes forward. Jonathan Riches, Original Media Group. Check us out on Facebook. Your content. Your content. This is Highway 98 South Polk County, Florida. I'm making a right.
All right, what am I missing? I have which that was absolutely awesome. But am I missing of another video?
I got more videos. I don't know if I actually sent it to you, but that was just basically showing the drive up leading up to the crime scene itself.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. Melissa, did you send me 3 different, or it looks like they're all 3 the same?
Oh, he sent me 3, so I didn't look at them, so I don't know if they were the same or not.
Oh, okay. I think the same one went through 3 times. Okay. JLR, that was freaking awesome. Like,
yes.
I would have never had the balls to walk up to a crime scene with all the cops there. And dude, you just walked right in the midst of it.
Well, it's a strange crime scene because the day before the actual road was blocked off completely. There was actually yellow tape going across the road blocking anyone from entering. There was a forensic van there. Obviously, we've seen the Sheriff Grady give a press conference at the scene itself. So the scene was relinquished. They kind of the road was open to traffic. Anyone could go there. I guess police were just there just to,
just to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, maybe, because, maybe perpetrators were there. I don't think there was any investigators there per se. It was just the sheriffs itself, So let me tell you what I saw there. So there was a sign. There was a road sign with a couple balloons on it. And then there was next to the sign on the grass there was a couple a makeshift memorial that was starting with a couple flowers and whatnot. There was blood, and I posted pictures on my timeline. There was blood still on the road, red blood. It was clearly blood. Also, I saw on the ground. Well, obviously, I seen the tape, where they taped off the crime scene. A lot of footprints all over the place. There was also a lot of plastic. Now, when you get what's those things when they try to bring you back to life? They put the thing on your chest and try to bring you back to life. I don't know what the word is that's called. But the plastic things they put on those machines that try to jolt you back to life.
Oh, a defibrillator.
Yeah, or something. There was
where they shock. Yep.
Yeah, there was a bunch of plastic things all over the ground too.
Wow.
And according to the girlfriend of Keven Springfield, she said that's what they were. That was pretty much right there is where it happened. Because if you see the prior pictures of the truck and police, sealed it off. That's where the shooting happened, right there. You can see that, corroborate that with previous pictures.
I'm playing the video as we're talking, on the side. I'm doing a side by side. Where the balloons were on the sign and where those flowers were, where was the blood in the road in proximity to that?
Right in front of it. Parked right in front of the very first Polk County Sheriff vehicle. It was all over the ground. It was splattered. I posted pictures on my timeline. I have I'm surprised it didn't go away, but it's clearly blood. Another thing that was noticed is the sign had bullet holes in the sign. Now, there's speculation on that, whether that happened then or was those bullet holes always there? Because where people live in the country, they drive by and shoot signs.
Sure.
So those things could have been there prior, but there was bullet holes all in those signs. There's actually 2 signs there with bullet holes. So it makes me believe that maybe that wasn't the murder bullet holes. That just prior, someone shooting at the sign for kicks and giggles or whatnot. So when I went there was a female outside and she was crying. Her name was Carrie. She identified herself to me as Carrie, and she did talk to me, but she didn't want to talk to me on camera because she said she was very scared. I could see it. She was very distraught. She was very emotional. She was crying. She was shaking, and she was there. Another vehicle was there, and it was a family members of Damion Tillman. They wouldn't identify themselves to me other than saying that they're family members to Tillman, and they didn't want to talk. They didn't want to be on camera. They were just in their car. They were probably out there prior to me arriving. So there was a one family member of Tillman, and then there was the girlfriend of Keven Springfield. So she talked to me. So we were like, she was hesitant on talking to me. She told me, she don't want me recording her. She doesn't want to be on film. She doesn't want pictures taken of her, whatever. But she brought some insight to a possible theory on how this happened. As the sheriff said, one person arrived there first. That was Damion Tillman. He arrived there first with his red truck, and during, while he was there, people came there, or an individual came there. And then when police found him, he was beaten, almost torture-like, and shot, right? So, that was him. Now, the girlfriend, Carrie, she told me the speculation is, her theory is it was something going on with Damion Tillman, and he was actually sleeping with a married woman in town, with a married woman, and 2 months prior, these guys roughed him up for sleeping with this dude's wife. I don't know who the wife's name is. I'm going to look around and do some investigating and find out who this female is he was sleeping with. But there was an incident months ago where he got a bunch of guys jumped him for sleeping with someone's wife. Is that a reason to kill somebody now? And that was like 2 months ago. And, what she said was, he got roughed up a couple months ago, but then he continued to see this wife. He continued to sleep with this wife. So was this like some sort of, vengeful husband, getting revenge and decided to take it out on him, or get even with him for sleeping with the wife? That's a possible theory, because when Brandon Rollins and Keven Springfield, they arrive separately in their white truck, they get shot. But they didn't get beat. According to according to Brandon Rollins' father, Cyril, they were just shot. They weren't beaten or assaulted. It was only Damion Tillman that was the one that got assaulted and everything like that. So the theory is, what Carrie's trying to say is, basically this was all something to do with Damion, a beef Damion had with somebody over a wife. And probably that Brandon Rollins and Keven Springfield arrived to the scene and were just like witnesses, and these guys just took them out because they were there and they saw it, and they didn't want no witnesses. So that was the theory that she gave.
Interesting.
She admitted that all three of them. She did admit that all three of them victims did have criminal records. She wouldn't elaborate what for, but I said drugs, and she did kind of nod her head yes. Mm-hmm. So kind of understand the nature and characteristics of the victims. So I'm around there taking pictures, and there's not much there. It's in the middle of the country. It's
do they believe that one person did this, or was it more than one?
The sheriff says individuals, plural. They say they got evidence that multiple individuals were involved. They're not providing much info on that, on like who these individuals are, because there's three theories. You go on these people's pages and you see three things. One, people are saying it's gang related. Two, people are saying it's drug related. And three, they're saying it could be a hate crime. Reason being hate crime is three white guys. You look on their social media profiles, you see a lot of Confederate flag stuff, and with a lot of the things that's going on in the country now with the Confederate flag and everything, the backlash on that, maybe it was some sort of hate crime. So those are like the three main theories that people are speculating online. And then obviously the girlfriend to Keven Springfield, which she has, the former girlfriend, she has 5 kids with him. She thinks it has everything to do with gaming, and just Brandon Rollins and Springfield was like collateral damage. Witnesses, and they just had to be taken out because they rolled up on the crime scene and was seeing what was going on.
Yeah, because in my opinion, I wouldn't think it would be a hate crime or gang related, just because only Damion was beat. Because if it was gang related or hate crime, they would all be beat the same way he was. So it was obviously, something personal with Damion.
So Damion got the worst of it, and he was the first to arrive.
Right. Yes.
That's been confirmed by the father of Brandon Rollins. So let me go forward here. So after I look at the crime scene, anything much going on, there wasn't really no visitors there. A small makeshift memorial, middle of nowhere, whatever like that. So I decided to go to Brandon Rollins' house. I decided to drive to his house just to take pictures and go see his house and see, the kind of house he lived at or whatnot. So he lives 11 miles away. This is the house he lived with his parents, his father, Cyril. There's another woman there. I'm not sure if it's his mom or stepmom. Her name is Dottie Patton. I didn't ask her.
I think that's Cyril's girlfriend, I believe.
No,
Okay,
Dottie Payton is Brandon's mother.
It is his mother?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I drove to the house. So I drove up in front of their house. They live about 11 miles away, way out in the middle of nowhere also. It's just this long road, stretch of road, just trees, pastures. It's just nothing. There's no stores, no gas station. It's near the county jail, though. The Polk County Jail is right like 5 minutes away from there. But it is in the middle of nowhere. So, I drive in front of his house. I start taking pictures, of where he lived. And a guy drives by in a golf cart, and it's him. It's Cyril. It's Brandon's, father. Whatever. I said, "Hi, sir. How are you? I'm Jonathan with the Original Media Group. Want to just give my condolences, whatever." And he invites me onto his property. He invites me in. He says, "Come on in. You want to talk? Come on in."
Wow.
So I follow him in. Yeah, I follow him in. It's a long driveway to their house. They live in a trailer out there. They have probably about, I would say, 5 or 6 acres. They look like they have a lot of land. So I go there, and there's other people there. There's other like friends of the family there visiting, giving condolences, hugging the family or whatnot. And all the family comes out. Dottie talks to me. The sister talks to me. The girlfriend of Brandon talks to me. Cyril talks to me. All of them come up, and I'm telling them I'm here to help you guys, try to, bring awareness to what's going on, try to, find out who did this, who's responsible, to bring these individuals to justice. They opened up to me,
Wow.
and I could see in their heart they were just so sad about this. I mean, they were just so distraught. It was very sad to see, because they're just going through the emotions, the unknown. There's a lot of things going on. They're in fear right now. They're in fear of their safety right now, because they feel that, the media and, the sheriff put out that, the father got that phone call for help. They feel like somebody's going to go after, whoever did this is going to go after them because they are a witness or something like that. So the family's in fear. They're getting security cameras, guns, and they're protecting themselves. They feel like the killer or killers out on the loose might come for them next.
Yeah, they go from like living in this area where they probably don't even lock their doors to like this, scary.
Yeah. So Cyril was telling me, basically, he was describing the crime scene to me. He said it was just blood. It was just soaking wet blood everywhere. He did, he was telling me details, graphic details, and I was surprised by that because, you kind of, as me being a reporter, there's out. You want to respect boundaries. You don't want to get really past prime details, and you kind of want to just let them explain it, not press them on
sure. But
someone said in chat real quick, I read a rumor that a large drug bust not so long ago with 74 people involved, and this was payback.
Okay, so there's a new theory. So obviously I told you about the previous theory with the girlfriend Carrie, who said it was all about Damion Tillman.
Yes.
Okay. So Cyril Rollins and the mother Dottie, they're giving me another theory, which is interesting. What they're saying is, okay, so Brandon Rollins and Keven Springfield, they arrived at the crime scene together. Keven Springfield lives 3 houses down from the Rollins house. They're in the middle of nowhere, but they live 3 houses away from one another, the families. James Springfield, which is the father of Keven Springfield. Keven Springfield doesn't have a mother. He lives alone with his father in a house 3 houses down from the Rollins house, right? In another trailer, okay? So they explained to me, the family explained to me, Cyril and Dottie explained to me, they said the morning of Friday, that morning, Keven got in a big fight with his father. His father pulled a gun out on him and told him, get the F out, and kicked him out of the house, literally. Like, something to do with prior people, and it goes back to what you were just saying, drug busts. Prior people kept going to Kevin's house seeking money. I want my money. I want my money. I want my money. And I guess it was becoming a distraction, or there's something to do with, Keven owing people money for drugs, for whatever reason, whatever. But, the father, and then maybe something was going on between Keven and his father because his father had enough and basically told him, get out. And he actually pulled a gun on. So, Keven left, and then he went over to the Rollins house, and then him and Damon, did their thing or whatever like that, and then they went to fishing that night, and then the murder happened. So there's a theory I'm not saying they think Kevin's father had anything to do with it, but they did say that investigators were at Kevin's father's house, talking to him for a long time. Why they would do that? Maybe they were just trying to get some information, about Kevin's background or whatnot, or maybe they were talking to the father about something.
Yeah, there's some comments in chat, and I kind of have the same thoughts, had run through my head that, maybe they're asking, why didn't you contact authorities on your way to the scene?
Yeah. And not only that, but see, here's another thing too, is like Kevin's father never went to, he's the only family member that never went to the crime scene, like to visit, to pay respect or to see what's going on or anything like that since this incident happened.
Oh,
like
Kevin's father. Kevin's father.
Yes.
So that's Springfield. That's Brandon Rollins and Keven Springfield. They're the 2 individuals that, just basically got killed, but they didn't get beat, but they got killed. They're the 2 that arrived separately, or they're the 2 that arrived
together.
Together, yeah, on the second truck or whatever.
I read somewhere on Facebook today, it was a friend or a girlfriend of one of them that said that Keven was actually shot in the face.
Well, I mean, again, we don't know if that's a vindictiveness or just to, kill, make sure there's no witnesses to what prior happened, I mean,
that is
I think there's
brutal.
a consensus. I think there's a consensus that, but it's, speculation that, Brandon and Keven were more like just came up on the scene, and whoever killed, Damon or whatever had the issue with Damon, they just took it out on Keven and
that's what I'm thinking.
They were at the wrong place at the wrong time.
At the wrong time.
Witnessed it.
But it does put interesting though that the family did tell me that Keven had a big thing with his father who pulled a gun out on him, that's kind of bizarre. I don't know if a family member would ever pull a gun out on an individual.
So Keven was living at home with his parents then?
He was living at home with his father in a trailer 3 houses down from the Rollins house.
Okay.
Well, it's clearly someone that knows where they fish all the time.
Someone that knows where they fish, I think we all could say it's just somebody that
personal.
Yes, because and here's another thing that was interesting too. Okay, so after Brandon called his father and asked for help, and then his father was at the scene, whatever. Dottie, the mother, the stepmother, claims that a truck comes to her house and parks in front of her house that night with 2 guys in it, and then just leaves.
What?
She doesn't know what that's about, who that could be.
Did she say what time?
Probably around 11ish that night.
So that was after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
After the fact, correct. And the whole situation is fluid. So I don't know. I don't know. And they did tell me that here's one piece of information that investigators might have. They also said that Damion Tillman, the first individual killed, there's a Dollar General that's on like the corner of 98, and it's probably about 4 or 5 miles away from the crime scene. Damion Tillman was seen on surveillance at the Dollar General, and there was another car following him, like a car pursuing him. He went in the Dollar General, got something, and then another car was following him, a vehicle. I don't know if it was a car, a truck, a vehicle. So that might be a clue to who was responsible.
Wow.
So that's pretty much all the information I know at the time.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean all? Like, you just figured out a whole lot of stuff. I mean, we didn't.
Well, the parents gave me exclusives. I talked to them on camera about their feelings and thoughts. The mother is Dottie's kind of like, she's left in the dark. The investigators are not telling them much. They're not basically providing them up-to-date information. They want answers. They want justice. I did ask them their position. I said, once the perpetrators, when or if they get caught, would you support the death penalty? And they said, absolutely. So they're for the death penalty. They feel this is a death penalty case.
For sure.
For sure.
Now, what is your opinion on Brandon's dad leaving the scene to make a call? Do you think that was just in the moment thing, or why didn't he think to any of the boys?
People are saying, well, how come, why do you have to go to, because like, again, from the time Brandon calls his father and asks for help, it's 11-minute drive. I'm sure he drove, I'm not saying he drove 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. Who knows how fast he drove, but it's normally an 11-minute drive, goes to the crime scene, probably saw a bloodbath, was like, what's going on? Then probably can't, people are saying, well, why didn't he just use Brandon's phone? Well, Brandon's phone is there. Why didn't he just pick up Brandon's phone? Because if Brandon called his dad, there was a phone there. But maybe it was dark. Maybe the killers took the phone.
And I think
we don't know if the murders were still there when Brandon asked for help. Like, they could have still been there.
Well, I heard people also saying, like, why didn't he, grab one of the other 2 guys' phones? If I came upon this bloodbath, literally, this massacre, there's no way in hell I'm touching anything.
Well, not only that, but people are also saying, like, why didn't he put Brandon in his truck and take him to
maybe he was afraid to move him. I mean, he didn't know what the hell happened. Like, all he knew.
Well, we'll never know unless we're in those shoes what we would do.
Right, but like, honestly, he had no idea. He just knew his son needed help, right? I mean, we don't know what else he knew beyond that, but to get out there and see the magnitude of that.
So you got 11 minutes between the time it takes to get there from help. So you got 11 minutes there. He probably is at the crime scene for a few minutes, don't know what to do, panicking, probably has panic attacks, emotional attacks, whatever, jumps in his car and another 5-minute drive to a convenience store, a couple minutes there, takes a clerk there, another 5 minutes back to the crime scene. So now you're looking at 25 minutes, from the time he originally got that original. And then probably was a little bit longer in between. Well, it's just say 30 minutes. Comes back and his son is, but it's interesting. Did he come back and he knew his son dead back, or was his son still alive when he got back?
I think
he was just later pronounced dead.
I think that the sheriff said when they got back to the scene that all 3 of them were deceased.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think his words were to his father, in your opinion?
He wouldn't tell me. Well, he didn't tell me exactly what was said, like what was like revealed, like as far as like I think he said, "I love you." I think that's what he said, like, "I love you." Help, like, but he was like really in pain.
So
that's all I really know. Like
he didn't say like was he. Did he sound like Brandon was like fading out? Like he couldn't talk much? Like he didn't really say much other than "I love you" and "help"? Like
that's what he said. It's kind of like, it reminds me of people on the planes at 9/11. They're on their planes and they're just calling their loved ones to say goodbye.
That last minute. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes me wonder, why didn't the father just call 911 then instead of going over? Just call 911 and say, "Hey, meet me, my son's asking for help at this location."
Correct.
Because every second counts. Every second counts in these situations.
Correct. And that's what I think is fishy, because we all would dial 911, especially if we knew their exact location. He knew exactly where those guys went. And I saw their interview with one of the news stations. His mom said they went fishing there every other night. So they were there a lot.
Yes. It seems like that's the only thing you can really do. I didn't even see any bars or clubs or anything nearby. Literally nothing. There's nothing around there except just country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would probably be like a 20. When
JLR, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're cutting out. You're cutting out real bad.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You sound good now. You sounded like a robot.
It's not really in frost proof. There's like it's very a vast amount of land and area. It's still like to go to frost proof from their location is still like a 15-minute drive. It's pretty far.
So obviously, from the looks of it, it looks like the suspects had a drive there.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no walking. I didn't see any houses. I only seen the houses at the beginning of the Lake Streety Road. That road goes for like 3 or 4 miles. It looks like I didn't see like any other houses there. Now, so whoever went there arrived there. So I don't know if police, got tire tracks as evidence,
right?
Footprints as evidence. I don't know. Roads around there have street cameras, as surveillance as evidence to see what cars drove by or whatever like that. The convenience stores are when we, in cities and we know there's cameras everywhere, but in these old areas and remote areas, there's not cameras there. Unfortunately, there's not cameras. They haven't caught up yet.
Someone asked in chat, could they have come by boat, possibly?
No, because anything's possible. The lake is there.
Is he in the bathroom?
Anything's possible. They could have came in helicopter.
Johnny, are you in the bathroom?
No, I'm actually in town. I'm still in the area. I'm in Lakewood Downs right
Oh, you sound like you're in like a,
Yeah.
I don't know what, a tunnel or
Portal?
something. A portal.
No,
It's probably that hotel connection, right?
probably the hotel connection. Let me get it off my computer.
Oh my God.
A tin can.
Hey, I'm gonna send
He-
over.
He's using a tin can.
Yeah, I threw him a tin can over to Frostproof. He froze now. Johnny, why don't you exit and then come back into the meeting? Maybe that'll reset the connection.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me better?
No.
It sounds worse.
Brunch Mom said the men and their phones of your guest, Jay.
Oh, I know. Between him and Carl Danger and their phones. He's just a JLR with a phone, right, JLR?
A JLR with a phone. So, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but,
Can you
hopefully tomorrow-
Can you try to just leave the meeting and rejoin real quick?
I will. Give me 1
Okay.
second.
Yeah, do that. Do that. JLR, look at what it's frozen on. Oh, excuse
Robin
me.
Potts, we're not laughing at what's going on. We're laughing at his audio.
Yeah,
Just
and
FYI.
if you watch my channel, you would know that audio issues are like a thing here. Thank you, Rose.
Is
Hello.
that better? Hi, is that better?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Tons.
Probably because probably Facebook messengers. I keep getting these buzzings and
Yeah,
message-
you're a busy guy, a popular busy guy.
No, not really. But so tomorrow, I'm in the area. I'm gonna be in the area for a while. I'm gonna try to talk to Damion Tillman's family or some friends and family to get their insight on what's going on with on his what their opinion is on with as far as Damon, because a lot of focus is towards him because he's the first person that got killed and beaten.
And this is the only family that you're not able to get a hold of?
Well, see, it was interesting because when I was at the Rollins house, Dottie actually got in her car and told me to follow her to Damion Tillman's parents' house to go talk.
Wow.
They're friends. They're the families are friends with another. So she actually took me to her house, but I went to the house and it was empty. And Dottie was kind of like dumbfounded because she thought they lived there, but no one was at the house. It was just an empty house.
Weird.
Yeah. So
Did she
but
say like how long
great.
it had been since she's spoken to them or seen them?
No, I don't know. I don't know how long. I
That's
don't know.
odd, isn't it?
But I mean, these guys are in their late 20s. It's
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know, families don't know what other family members do. Like the family members of the parents of all these people. I'm not sure if they're all friends like that. It's not like they're teenage boys. Like a lot of people. I hear some people calling these people boys, but
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
guys are men. They're like
They're men, like Kevin's 30.
correct. Well, there goes my electricity.
Oh my God. I think they want you to check out.
They're
I
silencing
don't
you.
know, but this is the third time here. It's coming back now.
Are you guys having storms?
Yeah, I think there is storms out here. There's a lot of storms in Florida.
Yeah. Did it rain over there today when you were out on Lake Streety Road?
Yes.
It did.
rain.
Like
Yes.
like a downpour, a normal.
Downpour, and then
Florida.
it went away. It was sunny. The temperature's like 95 degrees, so it's really hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it's really hot there.
But right now we still got killers on the loose, or killer. We've got a killer on the loose.
Yeah.
Was it a random person? Was it a serial killer? Was
Hey-
it someone that knows them?
Hey, JLR, do you think that they could possibly, which I'm thinking the answer is no because they were letting people drive there, but cast any of those tracks?
Who, me or them?
No,
Or
not you. Yeah, I want you. Go out there. No, I'm just saying, do you think that that's something that they could have done, like judging by the looks of the road and where it happened?
These investigators here, Polk County had crimes before. I'm sure they're experienced and they know what they're doing. I'm sure investigators know, to do these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
To figure things out.
No, I'm just saying, like, when you looked at the road, like, was there definite tracks where you think they could have?
Yes, I seen tracks. I seen multiple footprints and everything like that. But that could have just been anybody that drove there.
True.
Again, the crime scene is more or less just open for anyone to go there at this point. One thing that is interesting that Carrie, the former girlfriend of Springfield, told me was, at the time of the murders, the side of the road wasn't mowed, and within the last 24 hours, they mowed the whole side of the road in that area. Now, why they did that, I don't know. That could just be because they wanted just to clear it out because they know people are going to go there.
Interesting. Yeah, it looked fresh cut. I was going to ask you about that, and then I also was going to ask you the picture of you with the sign with the bullet holes.
Yes.
Did you happen to look down on the ground to see if there was any casings or anything?
No casings. I looked. That's exactly what I was looking for. No casings. I didn't see any casings. We don't know if this was just like a Swiss cheese shootout or just a bang bang. Maybe,
right. I mean, it could have been BB guns.
I'm sure the police picked up the casings.
We don't know. We don't know if the FBI is involved either. One of the family members, I believe, I'm not going to say which one because I don't know offhand, but there was a lot of people at the Rollins house, and someone blurted out the FBI is looking in this matter too. I don't know why they look in the matter, but the FBI could possibly be investigating this now too.
Can you repeat? We have some newcomers. Can you repeat the part about Damion and this affair? And who that conversation took place with?
Yeah, so the girlfriend of Keven Springfield, she was at the crime scene. She was, I think she's the one that laid the flowers, crying and distraught. Her theory is this is everything to do with Damion Tillman. She thinks that she doesn't think, but she knows, she said that Damion Tillman was having an affair with having a relationship with a married woman for a while, a couple months ago. I guess the husband and his friends beat Damion up, roughed him up a little bit for sleeping with the dude's wife, told him not to do it again, and then possibly he started sleeping with her again. So this could be kind of like the husband and his friends seeking revenge for sleeping with the wife.
Did she give you any names?
She did not give me names. I
mean, I wouldn't want you to say them here, but I just wondered if she...
No, she didn't give me any names. Obviously, I'm going to pry around, try to find a name. I'm going to try to find out.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to be looking.
So
I would go with that theory because he was the only one that was massacred.
Go to Damon's friends list on Facebook. It's wide open. His account isn't memorialized. You could look down his Facebook, but obviously whoever's his friend can unfriend him, so you won't see. But look around. I encourage all your followers, look around, try to find out who this female is, a married woman that he was having a relationship with. Is it relevant? Who knows? Could be.
You know what? Charlotte Thomas said that would explain the crime of passion. That's what we were talking about last night, that they were stabbed, correct?
Stabbed
and shot.
And shot.
Okay.
As far as
Damion was the only one stabbed.
Yeah, the other two were just shot. According to Cyril Rollins, the family, the father who took the call, he told me they were just shot. Okay,
so that tells me stabbings are there's passion and personal, and there's anger behind that.
Right.
I wonder, he must have been stabbed a lot of times.
It's personal.
Yeah.
I mean,
very personal.
Because if they go fishing out there, obviously everyone knows what everyone does. Everyone knows each other. I mean, you know, that's a remote location. You could get away with something.
Yeah. Damion in the picture above is the kid on the right. And I can call him a kid, JLR, because I'm old and he's only 23. He says, yeah, he agrees with me. This is great. Great work today. And thanks for sharing it with us.
Yeah. So, you know, tomorrow, I believe the Polk County sheriff is going to give a press conference, update about the situation. So I'm on the media list. So, you know, hopefully I get to ask my questions to the sheriff. If your followers have any like really tough, you know, good questions, let me know, or, you know, let you know, and then you can let me know, and I'll ask the sheriff these questions.
Awesome!
Or any investigator there. You know, I'm still seeking out the family. You know, I was very grateful that the Rollins family talked to me today. They were very nice. I felt their pain. I told them I'm definitely going to follow the court proceedings. You know, once somebody's arrested and held accountable, and they go through the judicial process, I'll cover the case. You know, if they want to get their message out, you know, I'll use my platform with your content, and we'll put the message out. They gave me interviews, so we're going to be posting their interviews on your content. I don't know if
I'll share the link. I'll put the link in the description of the video to your content.
Yeah, correct. So, you know, they talked to me, and I was very grateful for that.
You're always very respectful, JLR. And
is Cyril out of the hospital?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about Cyril a minute, about his medical thing. So this is what happened. So Saturday morning, he had a stroke and a heart attack. Yeah, he had both. And the reason for that is stress, anxiety, a panic attack. You know, he went through the whole craziness, you know, because of the whole situation. So Dottie called 911 Saturday morning, and the paramedics, there's a county jail about 5 miles away. I guess there's a medical unit there. They came out and got him, put him in an ambulance, and took him to the hospital. He was released later on the day, but he's really, you know, when I was talking to him, he's very shaking, you know, very nice.
Is he the man that was wearing the shirt that said, "We'll trade wife for tractor"? Is that him?
He was the one on the side of the road giving the interview.
Yeah. Him and his wife, and then the girlfriend, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
But the whole family is very welcoming. They were all nice, and you could tell because they had friends and family that were arriving there while I was there, you know, to give their hugs and shake hands and stuff like that, you know.
And they were still welcoming to you.
They were very welcoming to me, you know, and very nice, and you know, I was very grateful for that. And you know, I told them I'm there to help. I'm actually there to help. We're trying to bring awareness to the situation. We're trying to, you know, find out who these individuals are. Sometimes, you know, the public, you know, by gathering information and putting awareness, the public comes forward and they can provide to the, you know, law enforcement. Law enforcement can, you know, take the necessary steps to find these people, you know, based off the public's help.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Thanks for getting all this. Thanks for getting all this.
Yeah. They're trying to, Dottie has a GoFundMe herself. You know, the family of Brandon Rollins has a GoFundMe, so they're trying to funeral expenses. You know.
I posted that in the chat last night. The GoFundMe, the link.
Yeah. So, you know, they'll get through it. They look like a strong family, and you know, they're surrounding themselves, and I think they'll be fine. They'll probably go through a roller coaster of emotions, just like any victim of any crime goes through when these crazy crimes happen. But it looks like they're strong. It looks like they'll make it.
I feel really bad for him. That guy will never be the same after seeing what he saw. He'll never.
I just can't imagine as a parent, you know, going on. You know, just I couldn't even imagine. It's sad.
You know, it is, and I want to thank you for like having the respect that you do for people, and you know, you do feel these people's pain, and you're respectful to them, and that's why they welcome you and they talk to you. And I appreciate you sharing everything that you found out today, because none of us knew any of this.
You know, if I find anything else, I'll more than welcome to come back on for a little bit and.
Maybe we can do.
I'll be around in the area here in Polk County for the next couple of days, looking into it.
Well,
hopefully
let's keep in touch and let's see if we need to do an update maybe tomorrow night if there's anything that happens tomorrow.
Okay, and look for my videos on your content.
Yeah, I'll share your link. And thanks again, JLR. Have a good night.
Thank you. You guys be safe.
Thank
God bless.
you. You too.
Keep that electricity on.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
All right, bye, JLR. Melissa B, are you with me still?
Yes, I'm here.
La French room. So what do you think? I mean, this really put another...
I'm honestly going with the first theory that he was having an affair with a married woman because he was the one that got beat bad.
He was the one that got beat bad. And then the other two showed up and then they were just like, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, they probably seen who did what they did to Damion and they were witnesses. And that's why they were only shot.
That is crazy. So what he said was that there was a group of guys. The husband, was it a group of guys or just the husband beat him up?
I think it was just the husband.
So the husband beat him up before.
Yes. And then he stopped.
I wonder how long ago.
And then started to back up.
I wonder how long ago. I think we need to look at, like he said, his Facebook's wide open. We need to go back because this affair could have started, a long time ago. This could have been an on and off thing for a long time. RGP.
Well, I'm assuming it was because, he got beat up one time by it.
Exactly. And then he was back at it.
Right. He probably ended it for a bit and they started back up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was a group.
Yeah, he did say group. But they were doing it for the husband. Like the husband was the one that was instigating all of this and angry enough to get his buddies. But you guys really got to look at the friends list. JLR shared some of their Facebook friends, and some of them look a little on the shady side, little gangster looking, like gang. There's a lot of gangs in Central Florida, believe it or not. Different gangs than you have there in Chicago.
Oh gosh.
But nonetheless, they do have gangs, and they are bad people.
I don't think it was. Well, it definitely wasn't gang related or a hate crime.
I don't think it was a hate crime at all.
No. No.
RGP Gun said, I thought also I heard him say several months ago after he continued the affair.
So it's almost like someone fouled Damon possibly to find out he was going there alone, or they knew he was going by himself.
Let's be respectful to the victims, please. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, I wonder if he was followed there, Damion, because it's almost like someone knew he was going by himself first.
Well, JLR said at the dollar store, Dollar General?
Right. Yeah.
Somebody had followed him there.
Right.
In another vehicle.
And then that truck after the fact, this happened.
Karina said someone followed him from Money Tree. I don't think she knows what dollar, or what is it?
Dollar General?
Dollar General. She said Money Tree.
It's Family Tree, isn't it? Or Family Dollar? Wait.
It's Family Dollar.
Dollar General and Dollar Tree.
She said Money Tree. I want to go to the Money Tree.
Come to the General and save some time.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so I have a feeling that JLR is going to get a lot more info, but
yes.
Bless the family's hearts. they had nothing to do with this, and I'm sure, the fact that they were like so welcoming and just like, yeah, nice to meet you, and willing to talk about their son, they're in shock. These people are in shock. and they're going to be in shock for a minute. So they're not even like really even processing anything that's going on. They're really not. And they probably shouldn't. I mean, they probably shouldn't really be talking to many like media outlets and stuff. Just with this whole, like, the sheriff said, we're keeping everything close to the chest.
Someone in chat said, I don't think this is related to the wife or husband. I think it was drug related.
I think it's a good chance that could be true because JLR uncovered that when he asked was it the girlfriend of Keven?
Yes.
He mentioned drugs and she kind of nodded her head.
Well, either way, I believe that Damion was the target.
Even if it was drug related, you believe Damion because he got the most of it.
Right. Yes, he was shot and massacred, and someone knew he was going by himself first. So I think the target was for Damion. And sadly that Keven and Brandon were witnesses.
They rolled up on the scene.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, that picture with the blood in the road it's haunting. It really is. It's like,
and he said there's no houses around there, correct? So no one heard gunshots or anything.
No, there was. Remember on the Google Earth last night, there was nothing, not a house for at least a couple miles. So no one's gonna hear anything. And you can imagine how dark it is out there. There's no lights anywhere because there's.
Oh, I'm sure. Right.
And there's not even like a city close. You know how like sometimes like if you're in the country, you can see the city lights.
Yes.
There's no cities close enough really to light up the sky. So it's pitch black. So I would assume that's why the father did not mess with anything. Yes. He couldn't
find a phone.
Couldn't see well enough. It was a horrible scene from what the sheriff said. And I don't think he was going to rummage through these guys, maybe their pockets or move them or whatever. That would have been a bad thing to do, really. If he knew they were deceased, he did the right thing by not touching them.
I agree.
Because then the crime scene is tampered with, right? He did the right thing. I mean, JLR said that convenience store is literally a 5-minute drive. A 5-minute drive when your son is dying is like 500 years, I'm sure. But a 5-minute drive is not a big deal.
Plus, we wouldn't, if we were not in his shoes, we wouldn't even know how we would act.
Hell no. Mm-mm.
I mean, your adrenaline kicks in.
I can't judge that guy for 1 second. Not for 1 second.
I agree.
That poor man, he collapsed. That's what happened. The JLR said the panic attacks and I mean,
broken heart.
Yeah. It's awful. It's awful. No matter what who was involved with what, these are all people's sons. That's what gets me. Those are people's sons.
Pepper, he probably couldn't pick him up, though. He said my kid would have been in the car. Yeah. I mean, if he's an older man with, health issues, he probably...
Well, you saw him on the video.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that video? Should I play it? There's a video. I was actually going to make a video with this
Michelle
video.
Said, but why bring that 17-year-old girl back?
I don't know. And that's what I'm wondering about. Like, was the 17-year-old girl working the convenience store? If so, did she leave it unattended or were there other people there? And why did she go versus the other people that might have been there?
Maybe he didn't want to go back alone. He was afraid.
Well, I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure that someone said, oh my gosh, I'll go with you. She probably said, oh my God, I'll ride with you and meet the ambulance or whatever. But I'm just wondering about the whole 17-year-old being the one to go. If she was not the only clerk at the station at this time, why was she the chosen one? Or why was she the one they let go at 17 years old? That is traumatic to see. And from what I read, if it's true about Keven, I can't imagine my 17-year-old. Yes, actually I can. I can imagine what she's going to go through if she saw Keven. So it's going to affect so many more people. It's just like, we talk about the Watts case, how many people outside of his little circle it affected, and it's going to affect, and it's going to affect all these people. The sheriff said, this is one of the worst crime scenes I've ever seen. Can you imagine him having to look at this all day long and then go home and close his eyes and try to sleep? I can't. Things like this, I can't comprehend it. It's so horrific.
I agree. What is the name of the lake? Now, is it Lake Streety? It is? Okay. I thought that was the name of the street.
I did too last night until I looked it up. It's Lake Streety Road. Let me find that video of Brandon's parents. I had it pulled up a minute ago.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point, Sunny B. Maybe because she had the cell phone he used.
What about what?
The 17-year-old girl, maybe he was using her cell phone.
And she
that's
rode
probably
with
why
him.
she went. Yes.
So that they had the location.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not judging that. I'm curious. I just like to know things like that. I have no idea why, but I want to know like everything that happened from the moment that father left the scene. Like what went down at the service station? Like, oh my God, I can't imagine, this man running in here frantic. Because I know that area is like deemed like safe. They probably don't lock their doors at night. It's literally like that. It's like old school. And I think there's more than one involved just because these two guys were taken down. Right? The two guys were taken down at one time.
Yes. Someone said in chat, I just watched the interview with Brandon's mom, dad, and girlfriend. Brandon's dad said when he got there, he was holding his son and Brandon was telling him what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna play that. That's the video I have.
Okay.
Hold on. I just have to find it again. But yeah, it's so sad.
Sad.
The girlfriend broke my heart when she said, she moved there from Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Prepper.
Did JLR ask, or did he say how they knew each other? Like, due to their age difference, I'm just wondering like how they met. Because he said something about
that Brandon and Kevin live a couple houses from each other.
And he said the families were friends, but then they went to someone's house and no one was there. What was that about?
I think that was Kevin's house. No one was there.
Interesting.
So maybe Kevin and Brandon were neighbors. Because I think Kevin's the oldest one. He's 30.
Yeah, he is. He's the oldest one. But crazy that
oh, they went to Damien's house and no one was there.
It was Damien's, because that's the only family he didn't speak to. And it's crazy that she was willing, though, I mean, to take him over there.
Right.
If they had still lived there, that would have really been something. But I have no doubt that he will somehow seek someone out that knows Damion a little bit better. I can't find that video. Does anybody have the link to that? I don't know why I can't find it in my history at all. It's crazy. This story made the Daily Mail too.
You seen that? Is it posted in the group or anything?
It is in the Facebook group, yeah. That's what Michelle said.
Let me see if I can send it to you.
Hey, Be Real. He does not, but I'm going to put a link to his media group that he works for in the description of the video after I end the stream. I'll update it and put the link. You can follow his news stories via the Facebook page. So I will put a link to that. I agree, John Smith. It is. It's sick. So Be Real. Check it out about 15 minutes after the stream ends, and that link should be there.
I can't find the video either.
I know, what the heck? Was it scrubbed or what? You know, I think I might have saved a copy of it. What is that?
Oh, Aiden, sorry.
It's okay. It's at his movie.
He's watching YouTube.
Okay, I've got it here. Let me just pull it up to the right spot and then I can play it. Oh, Carrie Black is in Facebook right now. That is, I believe, Kevin's girlfriend. She said, is this the person who came out there today? Thanks, Carrie, for coming into chat. Very sorry for your loss. Yes, I had Jonathan Lee Riches on. He's the one that came out and that you spoke with today. All right, I think Yep, I've got the video right here. Okay, so, oh, she said she's not his girlfriend.
I think it was his previous girlfriend.
I think you're right. She's the ex-girlfriend, but they have children together. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I believe he said they had 5 children together.
That's what she just said. I am the mother of 5 of his kids. Well, Carrie, we're all very sorry. As the father of your children, we're all very sad about this news. All right, are you guys ready to watch this this video? And Carrie, if it's okay, if Melissa can maybe message you to talk to you a little bit more about tonight's live stream. She said, sorry, I didn't really talk to him today. My emotions are crazy. Totally understandable. But yeah, Melissa, do you want to
Yeah, that's fine. I can message her.
Okay, she said, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sad. All right, oh, what was I doing? I was going to play that video, wasn't I? Now, this is Brandon's mother, father, and girlfriend in this video. I got a mess of videos up on my screen right now. But yeah, Carrie, we want nothing more than to find whoever did this to them and help bring justice. So, I mean, anything that we can do to help, you know, give any information to help you, to help the families, to help anybody. That's why we're here. And also, you know, to clear up any rumors. If there's anything that's, you know, misinformation that gets out there, you know, feel free to, you know, Melissa's going to reach out to you, and you can reach out to Melissa if there's ever anything that you want to clear up, or anybody, any of the family members would like to clear up as well. All right, so here's the video.
I'm sure they're out there watching and seeing what's going on, and they need to come forward.
Tonight,
I'm sure they're out there watching and seeing what's going on, and they need to come forward.
a Polk County family is speaking to 8 on Your Side after the murders of their son and his 2 best friends during a night fishing trip. Sheriff Grady Judd says that the crime scene in Frostproof is one of the worst he's ever seen. 8 on Your Side's Justin Schecker in Bartow for us tonight.
Rod, good evening. Brandon Rollins' dad, mom, and girlfriend told me they're hoping the public can help deputies put whoever is responsible for this triple murder behind bars at the Polk County Jail.
I know it can't bring my son back, but I just want to see something done. This was horrible.
A devastated Dottie Payton tells 8 on Your Side her 27-year-old son loves hog hunting and fishing.
They go fishing out Streety Lake almost every other night.
But Friday night, Brandon Rollins, Keven Springfield, and Damion Tillman never made it home from that lake in Frostproof.
These folks appear to be beaten and shot. Did you hear me? Beaten and shot.
Sheriff Grady Judd says his investigators believe multiple suspects murdered the 3 friends.
What the murderers also didn't count on is Brandon had the opportunity to talk to his dad before he died.
After receiving that final fateful call from his son, this father says he rushed to Lake Streety Road.
When I got there, I was looking for my son. It was a mess. I found my son. I was holding him. He was telling me what happened. I was too shocked.
This morning, Jessica Steenson says Sheriff Judd shook her hand and promised he would not stop until justice is served for her boyfriend and his 2 best friends.
I moved here from Jacksonville, Florida for him 2 years ago. And this is not how it was supposed to be, and I want justice for him.
And Justin, there is a reward tonight for information leading to an arrest, correct?
A $5,000 reward, Rod, according to Sheriff Judd. Again, deputies say they're possibly trying to identify and track down multiple suspects, so anyone with information should contact the Polk County Sheriff's Office. Rod?
All right, Justin, thank you very much. Justin Schecker reporting in Polk County tonight for us.
Okay. Are you there, Melissa?
Yeah, I'm here.
Could you hear that?
Yes, that I feel my heart breaks for that child. And Brandon's girlfriend and everyone, actually. I mean, it's
horrible.
But just being that dad,
oh God, I know.
Walking up on that, I would never be normal ever again.
No, like he'll never be the same again.
No.
These people have a really, really tough road ahead of them. Honestly, this is horrible. This is really bad.
None of them deserved any of that.
No, I mean, affair or not.
Right. It's
Yeah. All right. You know, I don't know if Carrie is still in chat or not, but I wanted to ask her if she knew all of these guys.
She said she did. I read it.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But she did state in chat, she said it's not drug related.
Yes, I read that.
Yeah.
So that's one rumor we could clear up.
Yeah. Brooke Daisies says, weird that Brandon's dad is now turning tables around on Kevin's dad. I don't know where that's coming from. Do you know anything about that?
I have never, no.
Brooke,
I've never seen Kevin's dad talk or anything.
Right.
I don't think.
Right.
Just Brandon's dad.
I mean, JLR didn't talk to Kevin's dad, so is she mistaken or does she know something we don't? Kat says, I bet the son told dad who did it. When he said he told me what happened. You know, I gotta wonder, you know, did he know the perpetrators? So was he able to tell his dad, like, it was so and so because of such and such or whatever? Or was he only able to say, you know, we pulled up and Damion was dead?
Or maybe since it was too quick and it was dark, maybe he was only able to give a description of either what the person or persons looked like, wearing, car. And that's why they don't want to release anything.
Right.
Because like you said, it's not like there's street lights and city lights. It's very dark and...
Oh, Melissa. Carrie said, I grew up with Keven and Brandon. Me and Keven were together since I was 11 and Keven was 12.
Oh my God.
Carrie, I'm so
I'm
sorry.
so sorry. And they have 5 kids together.
That breaks my heart, man. They were childhood little sweethearts. I'm so sorry. It's so heartbreaking. I don't even know what to say. I really don't.
I don't either, because that's... being with someone for a long time and having children with them, and then, you know, it's hard.
They have 3 boys and 2 girls, she said.
Oh.
Poor babies. How old are your kids, Carrie? I just wonder too, like, I wonder, Carrie, do you like have any, I mean, I'm not expecting you to absolutely do not type anything in chat. I'm not asking for that. I'm just looking for like a yes or no. Like if you have an idea of what the motive could have been.
She said Keven and Brandon was best friends since elementary. And I believe they were like, they live a couple houses from each other. I think that's what JLR said.
Yeah. Their oldest son is 11. They have 5 kids under the age of 11. She said yes, she does have an idea of a motive. And like I said, I don't expect her to say anything. And I'm not even going to ask, but she did say it's not drug related.
Right. I'm leaning towards JLR's first theory of the affair with Damion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's having ongoing problems with this.
Right. He was beat up the first time for it. Clearly, he didn't learn his lesson.
So I wonder if they'll have an arrest soon in the next couple days. They lived,
I hope so.
She said they lived next door to each other since they were young.
Wow.
I don't know. Is Brooke Daisy still typing in chat?
Yeah, she said those bullets in that sign are from multiple guns. It's not all the same caliber.
Oh, yeah. And we said that. It could have just been from like just random shooting. People in the country go out and shoot in the woods all the time.
Oh, prior to that, she said he may have pulled a gun on Keven if Keven had threatened his dad. All this was her answering you. And his dad was protecting himself, and we don't know if maybe Keven was the aggressor, especially if he's into drugs.
Wait, what?
When you had asked her if she knew anybody, because she said in chat that Brandon's dad was twisting it, and that was her answer.
I asked if she knew any of these guys.
Well, and why she would think Brandon's dad was turning on Keven's.
He may have pulled a gun on Keven if Keven had threatened his dad. His dad was protecting himself. We don't know if...
I don't know where she got all that information from.
So you think these guys fought amongst each other?
No.
Is that what she's saying though? Like
that's what it sounds
she's
like.
saying Keven may have been the aggressor against his buddies? No.
Is she from there?
No, if that was the case, they wouldn't be looking for a suspect.
Brooke Daisy said that's not Carrie.
What?
Huh? Oh, this chat is confusing me now. I didn't see her say.
Carrie said, no, that's not Kevin. There is a girl. This is John Vincenzo. There is a girl who posted she was supposed to meet up with them, but never went. I wonder if she was the girl that was involved in the affair. Where is this information coming from? Like, you got to give sources for this stuff.
He should have maybe called 911 or told Daddy to call 911 as he was leaving his house, just so the ambulance and police can be on the way as he's on the way as well.
Okay, and that's you sitting here, Brooke, in a chat, probably kicked back in your comfies on your couch, relaxing. You didn't just get a call from your son, who can barely hang on or probably talk, to tell you that he loves you and that he needs help. So it's two different scenarios. We can't and we won't judge his father's reactions. We just won't. So
I think she's trolling.
Well, if she trolls anymore, just block her. John Vincenzo, I sent you the screenshot.
Vincenzo.
Where did you send it to?
I can't post the image here.
Yeah, I know, but he said he sent it.
Let me check messages.
I hate when I can hear my own voice when I talk. I hate hearing my own voice.
Oh, it's on the J for Justice page.
Oh, can you shoot me the link in text? Or shoot me the picture or whatever it is?
Oh, really? Pubes.
Who?
It's a picture of Lance.
I'm confused.
I know, here.
Carrie Black, I will talk to whoever about Kevin. Oh, it's in my private messages. Melissa,
Yeah,
why don't you, did you send her a message?
Who?
Carrie. She said
no, not yet.
She said she'll talk to anybody about Kevin.
I'll message her.
In my private message, let's see.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
When T is back.
I'll look at JLR just sent this. I just sent it to you.
Oh, okay. I'll put that in the description. He's already got the link out there. All right, so where am I getting this photo from? J is for Justice?
I sent it to you in Messenger. I took a screenshot and sent it to you from J is for Justice. It's in your Messenger.
Oh, it's above the link. Okay, I got it.
Yes, yes.
Oh God, do I have to show this?
Pick and Paul. Did they really fish that lake that much every other night? I mean, it's very common that people do like to fish that much. It's a hobby. People
Well,
do it a
there's
lot.
nothing else to do out there. Like in that area, they hog hunt and they fish. And that's pretty much it. There's like nothing else to do. And
I know a lot of people that
Carrie, I
fish
would
all the
not,
time.
I just want to let you know that my channel, I do not let anyone on my panel get any kind of rude comments in chat. That's why I have so many moderators in here. And you are 100% safe on my channel.
Brooke, I didn't mean anything disrespectful. I'm behind on the live and listening to what the guy talking said. He said he was interviewing.
So she's in the replay. All right, well, here's the thing you sent me. I don't really understand it, but I'll show it.
I don't know what that...
Maybe you can explain it to me. I don't... Okay, so let me zoom in. So John sent this, and it's a screenshot.
Crop the person out.
It's Oh, those lips. It's a screenshot and it's a comment. It looks like on Facebook, someone's Facebook thing group. And Cassidy Hernandez says, I knew Damion well. We were supposed to get married. Someone attacked him. They didn't plan on his friend being there. I have that feeling. I was supposed to be there that night, but last minute I couldn't make it.
Mm-hmm. Convenient.
And to see that this YouTuber is covering this case, I know now who came in and trolled me last night and said what they said. I get it now. What is
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, what does Jay do? Just watch everybody else's videos? Well, obviously you watch mine. Mwah to you, Gray Hughes. Well, Carrie.
So this girl must have not known about her boyfriend having an affair with a married woman.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know.
Unless Carrie knows her.
Okay, wait. I want to read what Carrie's saying in chat.
Oh, she said that post pisses me off.
What post? Oh, that one that I just read. I think the problem is with like some of these comments we're getting is that people are behind. So they're not really they're not matching up with what we're talking about. I think that's some of the miscommunication. Gwen says 420 in chat. I don't know. Were you flicking your Bic a minute ago?
No, I was actually eating the pizza puff.
Oh, that was Aiden.
No, you're just watching YouTube on his phone.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't mean to make light of this, but it's just like this case is actually like really incomprehensible to me.
Carrie said, because why the hell did she wait over 24 hours to say anything? That's true.
Well, and furthermore, why is she saying it on Facebook, on a YouTuber's Facebook page? She should be talking to authorities. Thank you for subscribing, Brian Eddie. I think my male audience just went up like a 0.5%.
John Vincenzo said, I don't follow him. If you search Damion's name, there's some posts that are showing up that are interesting.
John's a good little researcher. Yeah, someone needs to talk to that girl. Carrie, do you know her?
What was her name? Cassidy Hernandez?
Hernandez, yeah. Hey, Morgan Jones, thanks for joining. I have the DVR option on so you can rewind and start from the beginning. So you don't miss anything. Because we're winding down soon. We're just kind of going over. We have the mother of Keven Springfield's 5 children, Carrie, in chat, and we're just kind of bouncing some things off of her and clearing up some misconceptions and things like that. Oh, Butterfly said it's Cassidy Ty on Facebook. So Cassidy.
Ty, T-Y-E or T-I-E?
T-H-A-I, like the food.
Carrie said that's why it pisses me off, because why not go to the police about that shit? Every time someone says anything to me, I let it be known.
Yeah, because that's the right thing to do. Something's fishy with that.
So yeah, does she know more, Cassidy? Then she should. Kind of seems that way. So she was supposed to be fishing that night with them as well?
She's saying she was supposed to meet them there. But she ended up not going. How convenient for her.
Right.
But I didn't see, did Carrie say she knows her or doesn't know her?
Oh,
I don't know if she answered yet and I missed it.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, Carrie has 5 children with Kevin. Oh, Pickle Pickle. Pickle Pickle said, I feel a Dateline Jade gasp moment coming soon.
Oh, gosh.
Alicia Stanley, did y'all say that girl was married? The girl who made the post, we don't know if she's married. Melissa, did you find her on Facebook?
Mm-mm. Cassidy Ty.
You didn't? She gone. Carrie said there was more than one person that was supposed to be out there, but they didn't show up. So there was a planned meetup. It wasn't just the 3 guys that were supposed to be together. There were other people.
Is Lakeland around there?
Yep.
Okay. It says she's single.
Okay, then that must be what she said. She dated him or whatever. I don't think that's the married girl.
No, this is her, Cassidy.
Carrie said it was a male. Oh, there was one more person that was supposed to be out there, but they didn't show up. So it wasn't that girl. She said it was a male.
It was a male.
It was another guy. Do you know who the other guy was? Was he a buddy or wondering if... Yeah, what are you eating, Melissa? M&Ms?
A pizza puff. You can hear me?
Yeah, Gwen just asked in chat what you were eating.
Sorry.
Lakeland is an hour away. Yeah, it's not like super close, but it is. I mean, it's not far. You know what I'm saying? It's not that far away. Pizza puffs. I don't know, Gwen T. Maybe Melissa can share what a pizza puff is.
You don't know what a pizza puff is?
I've never heard of it. Only through you, but I don't remember what they are. Are they like puff pastries with like pizza in them?
It's not a puff pastry. It's fried dough with like pizza stuff in it, like sauce and cheese. And
are they little? Like little nuggets?
I mean, you could get big ones like calzones, but the normal ones are like probably the size of a Hot Pocket.
Oh, so they're kind of like our pizza place here has like Jetsies or whatever. They're like wrapped in pizza dough, and then you get whatever toppings and cheese and sauce in the middle.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's deep fried.
Do you eat? Where do you eat them though? Do you have to eat them in the French room with your ma? That's what Gwen just said. Do you eat them in the French room with your ma?
Oh, no, I don't eat them with my mom in the French room.
Do you make these pizza puffs, or is it something you buy?
You can make them if you want, but you buy them all over Chicago. Yeah, they're everywhere. But like hot dog stands.
Pamela Jean wants you to post a picture of your pizza puffs. Because everyone's wanting to Google image it because they don't know what they are.
I can't. I thought like pizza puff was a thing everywhere. Like you could go to Walmart and get them in the freezer section.
No, not here.
Yeah.
Pickle said, okay, this isn't a Dateline moment. Wait a second. Carrie said someone threatened her? We're getting off topic here. I'm sorry, Carrie. It happens so easily when you're live. But where did she say she was threatened?
I'm trying to look now too. Well, you're looking for that. Here's a comment by Cassidy Ty. We were all supposed to go fishing, but I ended up unable to make it because of my daughter. Then Damion was out at the lake and a few people from my knowledge attacked him. Then his friends pulled up, so the attackers shot and killed all of them. No reason for an attack. Damion doesn't do drugs or anything. They must have seen him and thought they had an easy victim, not expecting his friends to show up.
What?
That's what that Cassidy Ty commented somewhere.
Oh, she deleted it. She did say that, but she deleted it.
Oh,
we'll talk to her privately. Yeah, we'll talk to her privately. She doesn't want to say too much in here. All right.
Well,
Well,
no, that's from Cassidy.
It was Carrie.
No, the thing I just read.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying
Oh.
in chat, Carrie had said that she was threatened.
Well,
Carrie,
who's
have you
there?
talked? I'm sure she has talked to investigators. John says, I saw the post. I think she knows more. I'm sure.
It sounds like she knows more. Well, we should get that girl's name that threatened her, or whoever did, so we can boot him.
Yeah. Does Carrie believe the no-show was involved? I don't know if she wants to say that or not. And she just confirmed she's talked to police. But yes, Carrie, be safe. We'll talk to you privately. And I think I'm going to end this stream now because we've been going a while. But thank you so much for everybody that's tuned in. We're going to stay in close contact with JLR on any updates, and Melissa will be passing those down to me, and then we will share them with you. So thanks, Melissa.
You should stream the press conference tomorrow.
What time is the press conference tomorrow?
That I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, we'll find out and we'll make an event. We will be back here tomorrow night, John Smith. Kalo Lillian just said, is there a girl named Dallas involved? A girl named Dallas involved.
I never heard of a Dallas.
I haven't heard of that either. I think they're asking Carrie, but I don't want Carrie to, sit here and answer all these questions right now because we don't know who's in this chat. We don't know who really is behind any names. You know what I mean? I just don't feel right about that.
I agree.
Let's stop asking Carrie questions in chat. All right. Well, let's get off here and then we will reconvene tomorrow night for sure. And if anything happens before then, like the press conference, which it's supposed to, we will go live with that too. So make sure that your notification bells are clicked and you have it clicked to all, because if you don't, you won't get all the notifications. But yeah, Carrie, just stay safe, and our hearts go out to you tonight. So, all right. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks for all your work today.
No problem. Thank you for having me on.
I love having you on. All right, you guys, be safe. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night, guys.